Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed, and hello Keighley. Keighley's here today because we live by a park. I don't know if you know this, but there's like 50 yards that way is a big community. You can put your feet up on there. There's a big community baseball park right next door, and that's important today because Keighley has been playing softball, and we all know she plays soccer. I've told you that dozens of times and pictures all over the internet. But softball's been kind of a recent thing, yeah?
Yeah.
A bunch of the girls on her team ended up joining a team. Is that when you first found out about it?
Kind of. It's like I wanted to play softball and stuff because like they were playing softball.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not doing soccer right now, so it's just gonna be like boring if I don't do anything.
Yeah, you're definitely an athlete. Summertime and wintertime is tough for her because there's nothing to play, no activity, and she's like has the energy of a horse, a stallion. So we didn't make sign-ups in time, so she couldn't get on the team with her friends. But we ended up finding a team who took her. Like they had already played, I think they told me 3 games into the season or something like that. But it was a couple of those games were just for funsies. So she's been playing softball now for a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks maybe, and been going to games. And are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's a totally different sport, right?
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of waiting.
A bunch of sitting around and waiting. Yeah, I've experienced that.
It's still fun.
It's still fun?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. As a parent, it's a thing that you go to, and out of the 2.5 hours, yesterday's game was 2.5 hours. I think I got to see you perform maybe a minute out of that 2.5 hours, but it's fine. Like it's obviously it's what she wants to do, which is more important than most things. And her team has nicknamed her Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's insanely fast. I don't think that girls softball are used to having runners, athletes on their team. And Keighley's soccer team is a traveling team. They're a very good traveling team, and they train like a traveling team. So you do a lot of running. Even though you're a goalie, you still do all the running with the team. And that's important in softball when you want to steal bases. I think how many goals have you scored now? Is it how many? I don't know. What do you call it?
How many
runs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
How many runs have you scored now?
I don't know. Basically, I know
3 or 4.
Maybe.
Have you stolen every single one of those?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think the main thing that I've learned as a new softball dad is that 80% of the time when a girl gets on base, it's not because she batted, it's because the catcher dropped the ball and she stole first base. And then Keighley will steal every single base and steal home every time. And it's pretty fun to watch when that happens because, you get excited, especially when my kid is out there just beating the entire other team with her speed. That's really fun. You made your first tag out yesterday at third base. Got to play third base the last 2 games, which is... She's completely new to softball. A lot of the kids on the team are not new. They've played for years. But they've trusted you enough to put you in a pretty important position. And you proved yourself yesterday. Made a tag out. Good stops.
Even though the ball was in his hand and it wasn't inside my glove, I just went...
Yeah, just touch him. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure she was already on the base after I tagged her.
Well, that's how it works. You tagged her before she touched the base, and then she touches the base. And that's the umpire's job is to see that and call the outs. But I've been spending a lot of time at the softball field because their games are very long. They have a 2-hour scheduled block, but I think a couple of our games now have gone over the 2-hour mark.
Because last game, it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. It was 30 minutes over because the other coach, he was just wasting time on the pitching machine.
Yeah, he couldn't figure out the pitching machine. Had a lot of problems.
Well, he knew how to do it. He was just wasting time because he's done it before.
Okay. That's fine. It happens. But yeah. So she's here tonight because practice is moved down here. I think they're going to do some sliding practice and stuff.
Yeah,
And,
I had my first slide yesterday, but I got out.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I slid too early.
You slid I don't know. I don't know that you could have been too early there. She got to the plate pretty quick. But, yeah. First slide. We're going to practice sliding today. You're going to learn all sorts of new skills. Has that been your favorite part, is learning new stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I think the other thing that's important that I see as a dad is that Keighley's very coachable. Like, if you tell her she's doing something wrong, she'll do it the way that you tell her to do it 100% of the time. Like, it's not, she doesn't have the player's arrogance of being like, I know what I'm doing, don't tell me what to do. She'll do whatever you say. And that's, I don't know that that's something that she learned from me or Jamie. Like, that's just innate in her as an athlete. Like, she's completely coachable, which is really fun to watch when the coaches tell her to do something. In soccer, you get a little bit more upset than you have gotten in softball.
Yeah.
But I think that's because you have a strong goalie coach in soccer and you want to do right. Mm-hmm. You get frustrated when you do something wrong. Yeah. But it's been fun. It's been a new experience for me. I don't know anything about softball and baseball. Like, that's never really been something I've enjoyed. So being able to go see you play something new has been interesting, and that's where we've been the last few weekends. So the cabinet progress hasn't moved quite as quickly because I've been spending a lot of time out there. But that's, hey, I get to spend time with my kid.
I'm surprised that you haven't posted any videos or
I've thought about it.
photos
I have
on your
photos.
Instagram.
I've thought about it. But I've reserved Instagram for like soccer and shelves and building stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll put some pictures up. Let me know if you want to see pictures. So, just wanted to introduce the new sport and the new player. Well, she's our favorite soccer player, but our new favorite softball player. So thank you for being here.
Wait.
What? You got something else to say?
Rowan plays soccer.
Yeah? Did? You're right. What does that mean?
that you like that you said I'm basically a better soccer player than Rowan.
I didn't. That
You said that I'm your favorite soccer player.
You're the only current soccer player I have.
Well, Rowan played soccer.
Yeah, but she doesn't now. She's my favorite artist. Is that going to upset you if I say she's my favorite artist?
No.
There you go.
Because I know I'm bad at words.
She's my favorite. You're my favorite soccer player. I can have favorites that way. I just can't say you're my favorite kid and she's my favorite kid, because that's not cool. Anyway, thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from oceanservicenoaa.gov. GOV. That's what it is. What temperature does salt water freeze in Fahrenheit? Once water freezes just like fresh water, but at lower temperatures. Fresh water freezes at 30 degrees Fahrenheit, but seawater freezes at about 28.4 degrees Fahrenheit because of the salt in it. So it's salty.
That's why we put salt on the sidewalks in the winter.